Hey guys, Mr. Simonini here. This video is on Homework G Part 1, and it's all about solving in all three methods, in vertex form, standard form, and in factor form. You're going to have to be doing the odds, so I'm going to do a couple odd problems with you, so you already have some examples done for you, and then you're going to finish the rest of the odds for homework. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start with number 1. So number 1 and number 3 is very similar because both of these are in vertex form. Remember what we're doing here is we're solving or we're finding the zeros, root solutions, x-intercepts. We're finding the x-intercepts, meaning y is going to be 0. So whenever you see y in this assignment, always let y be 0. Remember, when there's one x present, just use arrows. This is first semester question. So just use arrows here. So it'll be minus 3 squared minus 36, and again it equals 0 whenever y is there, plus 36, plus or minus square root, plus 3. Now we get a little bit more clean with this. So 0 plus 36 is 36. The square root of 36 is 6. Again, plus or minus would be 6 or negative 6. And then now you do 6 plus 3, which is 9, and then negative 6 plus 3, which is going to be negative 3. So my two answers are going to be x equals 9 or x equals negative 3. There we go. Again, number 2 is very similar. So this is very similar to this. So number 3, use your arrows. All right. And number 5, so if you look at number 5, it is in standard form. Now you cannot factor this because there are no numbers that multiply to 7 and add to negative 4. So what you're forced to use whenever it's in standard form, you're forced to use the quadratic formula, which is what we learned last week or a few weeks ago. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. It's a. Ugh. Clean it up. Oh, come on. I have the big one on. So this would be a right here. Okay. All over 2 times a. So again, quadratic formula for 5 and for 7 technically actually too. I'm going to do 7 with you real quick because again, a, b, and c is not on the same side of the equal sign. So in order for you to do quadratic formula, you got to make sure you move everything to the left or right side. So in this case, it would be 4x squared minus 36x plus 81 equals 0. So my a here is 4, my b here is negative 36, and my c here is 81. So I'll go ahead and do my quadratic formula. So the x equals opposite of b in this case would be 36 plus or minus the square root of negative 36 squared minus 4 times 4 times 81, not negative 81. Just to be clear, my c is 81, not negative 81. All over 2 times 4, because a, b, and c must be on the correct side. They must be on the same side in order for the quadratic formula to work. Again, that's what you're doing. I'm going to get my answers now. Again, you go to decimals.com. I don't have it set up right now. Let's go ahead and go www.decimals.com. Go to scientific calculator. Get this out. All right, let's go ahead and do it. So 36, don't forget plus, square root of not sine, of negative 36 squared minus 4 times, what was my a? My a was 4. 4, my c was 81, not negative 81, all over 2 times 4. And I get an answer of 4.5. I'm going to, again, click that to get the fraction. If you give me 4.5, that's fine. But that is going to be 9 over 2, or go ahead and do the other one. Change the plus to a minus now. Change it to a minus. And my other answer, oh, it's the same thing. You can only have one answer sometimes. In this case, we only do have one answer. So my answer is just 9 over 2. Again, you can get one answer, 2 answers, or no answers whenever you are solving a quadratic. All right, anyways, that's x equals 9 over 2 for that. So again, just to be clear, 5 is very similar to 7. Again, 3 is similar to 1 because that's vertex form. That was standard form. And then the last one is factored form. So in factor form, it's really easy. when you do factor form, you just do opposites. Now, when you do opposites, be aware if there's any numbers outside, you completely ignore it. Ignore it. Do not distribute. Do not do anything. Just do opposites. So x equals 8 or x equals -1. Again, I'm doing opposites there. And that's it. That's how you do factor form. So if you look here, you should be able to do 11 in a snap, right? Like it should be like 2 seconds. -5, -12. You just do opposites. Anyways, again, that's how you solve in all three forms. Again, everything's going to start being, on the same paper with each other, vertex form, stand form, and factor form. So you have to be able to know what method to use. Anyways, please let me know if you have any questions. You have to do 11. I already did 11 for you, technically. You have to do 5, and you have to do 3, and you have to copy the ones I did down as well, because you are doing all of the odds. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.